Knicks Nation, today is Tuesday, the 22nd day of October 2024. I hope you're all safe and healthy today. I hope your family's safe and healthy, that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders who are out here every day trying to save lives. Those also that pick up garbage, keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children that are victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are also victims of pornography and child pornography, prostitution, child prostitution, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators of these things. Double curses on those that actually make money from these things. And double curses on the perverts that drive the demand for these things. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. More than 600,000 men, women, children, families, senior citizens, veterans, homeless in the United States of America, and millions around the world in similar or worse condition. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. First of all, I neglected yesterday to congratulate the New York Liberty on their WNBA championship. Congratulations, they earned it, the first championship for the Liberty in their 28-year existence. Congratulations to them, and maybe it's a harbinger, a foretaste of things to come in New York. It's been a pretty good year. The Mets made a really good run that ended in National League Championship Series, NLCS. They really pushed, and hopefully they'll be back again. The Yankees in the World Series. Now the Jets and Giants, well, they're a little lagging right now. But the Knicks, much promise to come for this season. And of course, the Liberty winning the championship. So it could be a pretty good year in New York this year. So tonight's the night, y'all. The Knicks are playing the Boston Celtics tonight. And Boston is, of course, without Kristaps Porzingis. The Knicks are missing Mitchell Robinson. And, of course, temporarily, in spite of the media overreaction, temporarily missing Precious Achiuwa and temporarily missing Landry Shamet. Now, Landry Shamet has been putting himself out there to let us know he's working real hard to come back. So we expect Landry Shamet to return. In fact, I'm expecting both of them to be back before December 1st. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw them both back by Thanksgiving. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that. But tonight we don't have them. And this is the thing: people tripping about the Knicks have really, when you include Mitchell Robinson, Landry Shamet, right, and Precious Achiuwa, the Knicks have 11 guys for really 9 spots that Tibbs plays. And so now you got 8 guys for the 9 spots. And they'll probably bring up Porty, is my guess, to play some more minutes. You might get some more Sims, or you might get Daddy A. Though I don't feel Daddy A would be a rookie at 19 in the Boston Garden. I don't think so. But we'll see. But really, Tibbs, if you've seen Tibbs over the last 4 years, it's quite conceivable that he just goes with 8 guys today. Quite conceivable that he goes with Sims, Payne, Deuce in the starting 5. So I wouldn't be surprised at that. Now, the Celtics are starting in place of Kristaps Porzingis, Al Horford. They have Sam Hauser, Luke Cornett, and Peyton Pritchard. That's their bench. Peyton Pritchard, Luke Cornett, Sam Hauser. And they have an 8-man rotation. That's the 8-man rotation without Kristaps Porzingis, and you can expect them to go with that. They're going to interchange Holiday, White, Brown, Tatum during the course of the game, and the Knicks are going to do the same. So it's pretty evenly matched. Both teams are going to go with probably an 8-man rotation. The Celtics' 8 guys include 2 large guys in Sam Hauser and Luke Cornett, which is why I think you might see some Porty, and then there's a guard in Peyton Pritchard out of Oregon. So the Knicks will have Cam Payne, as well as Deuce McBride, as well as, of course, Jericho Sims. And so the Knicks and Celtics are going to go at it tonight. It's exciting. It's just one of 82, so we know it's a long season, but it's just good to have basketball back. It's good to have the Knicks back. Yeah, it's going to be all that. Now, it is being played on TNT. I heard Reggie Miller picking the Knicks as one of the top teams in the East. For that reason, I might listen to him for 5 minutes until he gets on my last nerve. But I got my music playlist ready, and I'll be probably having to mute him and then go from here, play my playlist and watch the game. But yeah, they're on national TV against TNT today. So this is going to be a tough game, of course. Celtics getting their rings today. But it just is going to show both teams a little bit about where we are. Just like about a week and a half ago, the Knicks played in preseason against Minnesota. And both teams were gauging each other, even though it was preseason. You had the definitely regular season feel to that game. And they were gauging where each other was and what they would do in certain situations. And it was good to see. Tonight's the real deal. So but it's still the same. You're going to have a playoff type atmosphere at Boston. I keep calling it the Boston Garden, but it's not the Boston Garden anymore. I think it's, what is it, TD something center or whatever. They're playing in Boston, but you're going to see a playoff type intensity today with these two teams. They're going to be measuring where each other are. It's the first game of the season. We don't want anybody getting hurt, okay? But it's going to be a good test for both teams. Now, the Knicks, I feel, are in a better position for a number of reasons. Number one, they are going to get Precious Achiuwa back healthy, and they are going to get Landry Shamet back healthy sooner rather than later. Whereas Celtics are really just missing KP, and they ain't getting him back until we get back Mitchell Robinson, pretty much. So the Knicks, I feel like, are in a stronger position right now with the depth that they're going to have. But the Celtics are the NBA champions, and so you got to respect that. And they won 60-something games last year. The Knicks are probably looking at, like I said, 55 plus this year. And, could as many of you are already trying to predict, they could very well go over 60 wins this year. So both teams are going to be going at it. People are very concerned, overly, about Mikal Bridges and his offense. First off, again, one of the things that always annoys me as a Knicks fan and as I'm analyzing the team is the number of people that's supposed to know what they're talking about, that have big platforms and always focus on the offense. It's a Tom Thibodeau coach team. The focus is always on the defense. So with respect to Mikal Bridges, his shot might be there, it may not. Eventually it's going to be, but that's not important tonight. What's important is his defense. And his defense on Jalen Brown, his defense on Jason Tatum, his defense on Derek White, his defense on Jrue Holiday. That's the most important part. It's not how his shot falls, okay? They'll figure that out. It's the defense that you must get. And this is going to be the key tonight. And of course, we gotta find out. Well, we're going to find out, but we're going to have to allow Cat to get used to again, and he's coming along to get used to Tibbs style defense again. Okay, now Minnesota played Tibbs style defense last year. They really did. I mean, again, many people are too focused on the offensive end. I think that's because of the gambling and the NBA 2K. They focus on offensive production. But in terms of actually winning championships, the best teams play the best defense. That's how you win championships. You got to get stops. Okay, you got to get stops, and you got to get them when you need them. Okay, and in the Knicks world, what I've been looking at, what I always look at, is how many sets of 3 stops in a row do we get? That's the key to me. The team that gets the most 3 stops in a row sets usually will win the basketball game. Okay, and so I'm looking for that. And when you have a high-level team like the Celtics with Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown, like I said, those guys ball, man. And then Jrue Holiday, it's hard to get 3 stops. Okay, it's hard to get 3 stops. So for Mikal Bridges, defense is going to be the key here. Okay, same with OG Anunoby. I'm feeling like the way OG is looking, please don't get hurt, OG. He's the really problem child this year. And it's not because of attitude, it's because of injury possibilities. But if we can keep him healthy, Knicks going to be rough. The thing is, I feel like he'll be one of the leaders in steals this year. That's 7 foot wingspan. I don't think I've seen a guy that I can remember to use all his 7 foot wingspan to his advantage the way OG Anunoby does. At 6'7", the 7 foot wingspan, he is disruptive. Talking about disruptive. So the defense is going to be important. OG and McCall on defense. Deuce, of course. A Cat, very important. He's going to have to learn the Knicks style defense. I think he's going to be good, though, because like I said, Minnesota played high-level defense last year when they made their run, and I feel like they're going to do it again. The defense is what gets you into that championship contention. Of course, the Celtics are one of the top defensive teams in the league. That's why they're the champs. So we're not worried about the shot. That's secondary. Really, got to play defense. That's really what it comes down to. The shot will come. Jalen Brunson is going to come. Jalen Brunson coming for blood every game, but especially tonight, first night back against the Celtics, he's coming for blood. I expect Jalen Brunson to be aggressive. His shot may be on, it may not be. He's the weakest link on defense for the Knicks. But after him, the other four guys, like I said, Bridges, OG, Cat, and Hart, and then Deuce and Payne coming off the bench. With Sims, you got a really good defensive units right here. So I'm not as worried about the Knicks offensively. I'm worried about the whole game defensively. And I'm not worried. I say worried, that's the strong term. That's more of my focus to see what they're going to do defensively. And I really am excited to see them match up because, like I said, you got enough talent defensively. The only weak link is Brunson. And they're going to attack Brunson. There's no doubt about it. The Celtics are going to go at Brunson. They're going to go at him because he's the weakest defender we got. Knicks going to have to try to mask him. But he's, Brunson, even though he's weak defensively, the boy fights defensively. I mean, he fights. Like, he scraps. So I think, he'll be all right. But they're going to go after Brunson. The Knicks are going to go after Al Horford. He doesn't have the lateral movement he once had. He doesn't have the speed he once had or the quickness on the defensive end. I can see switches till you can get. The ideal thing is to get Brunson with Al Horford trying to guard him. That'll be all Knicks all night. But it doesn't matter. Any of the guys that you can get Al Horford matched up on, you're going at him. Okay, so that's going to be the matchup to watch. Defensively, though, both teams are going to be tight, man. So we're going to see. We're going to see how this is. Cat, I don't know who they're going to have to guard Cat. If they're going to try to guard Cat with Al Horford, Cat's going to have a big night. Al Horford is their weak link defensively, okay? So if you're going to try to guard Cat with Al Horford, Cat's going to have a big night. And if you double Cat with Al Horford and whoever, Cat will find the open man. And so it's going to be a very interesting chess match. This is why I like watching high-quality basketball like Tom Thibodeau teams do and like the Celtics do because you're watching the chess match in real time. And so it's going to be interesting to see how this turns out. But defensively is how we got to – if the Knicks can hold their own, which they should be able to defensively, they'll be in good shape. They'll be in good shape, not just for this game, but for the season. Y'all enjoy the game tonight. We'll talk about it tomorrow. We won't be doing no instant reaction video after it. Let people do that do it. That's on them. Us, we're going to take our time tonight, sleep on it, and then come back no matter what happens tomorrow to discuss what would hopefully be a Knicks victory. Y'all enjoy your Tuesday. Shalom.